Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Taking it from the middle.
Mike's a hot. Take it from the middle.
Take a little off the top.
That's what I always say.
That's what
Mike's a hot. Take a little off the top. That's right.
Oh, man. The kid's got a sick mullet going right now.
Does yours?
Yeah. Like, it's pretty long in the back.
Intentionally?
No. No, he doesn't want a mullet, but he also doesn't want us to cut it. He's like, can you just cut the bangs? I'm like, nah, man.
You should totally, like I'm saying, because he's got that straight hair, keep the straight mullet in the back and then just like buzz the top so it's like a little fluffy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you could get some like 80s, 90s bangs going for him.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That'd be classic.
Pretty sweet.
That'd be
pretty
classic.
Sweet. I don't know if he's the type of kid to pull that off, though, you know?
Yeah?
He's kind of shy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he
I've
can
been
rock
trying
it.
to get my kid to do a mullet too. He's
Yeah.
not into it.
I was like, what about a thick mohawk? Just
Yeah.
like shave the sides,
Yeah.
like around his
Yeah.
ears.
Yeah.
No,
Nope.
he's not having it.
Not having it.
Like,
God
we could
damn.
do a sick fade up the sides.
I know. I tried to get my kid to do like shapes. Like you
Yeah.
could have a lightning bolt on the side of your head.
Yeah.
Nope. Not interested.
Not having it, huh?
You should
Even
work
the
on
younger?
that rat tail.
I know. I could just braid that bad boy out.
I've been trying to get my boys. They won't either. They won't
Someday.
either.
Someday. Our dreams will come true.
God damn!
Speaking of children, do you want to hear my goddamn?
Yes, I do.
You already know it because Erin was here watching me cry before we fucking recorded. You guys.
Oh, you know.
You guys. My goddamn is still my child. Was that my goddamn last week or was it my sweater? Did I
it's
mention
probably
it?
the sweater. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's been going on for weeks. My kid does not want to go to fucking class, and he's in kindergarten.
Yeah. Rough fucking days. Finger
Rough
painting.
fucking start to life, your whole school career. I don't know.
Sir, you are in for it. It's going to get worse from here.
Years, and it's only harder. Oh my God, this kid does not want to go to class. I have to walk him in. He makes a big scene in front of everybody, and I feel so bad for him because I
Yeah.
feel like for sure I'm creating some sort of social damage. I don't know, but I'm at the point I'm about to just like people's elbow this kid in the face or something and just
knock
walk
him
away.
out, hand him to the teacher.
Yeah, man.
When
I
he
don't know.
wakes up, I'll be gone.
You guys, this is so embarrassing. My kid, again, every time he goes to somebody's house or anything like that, best behavior, whatever.
He's the
Grades.
sweetest child.
Grades. Greatest grades. You never seen any grades greater than this kid.
Kindergarten, finger painting,
On
the
it,
lines.
on it.
You
in
didn't
the
even know
lines.
there were lines.
Uses all his fingers. The fucking kid can read. Like, he's doing really good
Yeah.
in school. But his behavior, turns out I have bred an insane kid.
Well,
And if you're listening now, I love you. But, I mean, the kid does not, he starts it up, right? If any other parents have tips out there, I need them all because
Yeah.
I do not know what I'm doing. Like, the morning starts out fine, everything's going okay, and then it's shoes, like, time to get shoes on and we're going to go. And that's when he starts cooking up his excuses, right? Like, and it'll be random. Sometimes not even logical. Sometimes it's his foot hurts. Sometimes his tummy hurts. Sometimes he has a headache. Sometimes he's tired. Sometimes he's scared his friend's not going to be there. And I'm like, all right, bud. Well,
one
we
way to
can't-
find out.
Yeah, yeah. We can't predict everything, you know? But I bet he's going to be there because he comes every motherfucking day. Nope. Terrified he's not going to be there. I'm pretty sure he's just latching onto this. I don't really know. And then today, usually we walk up there. I used to be able to just pull up in my PJs and open the door and be like, later, losers. And they jump out of the car and go to class. Now this motherfucker has me showering every morning before drop off. I've got to park the car, walk him into class. And usually the whole walk into class, he's talking about how I have a feeling my friend's not going to be there. And I'm like, bro, your anxiety is giving me anxiety over if this homie's going to show up or not. And it does not fucking matter.
Like, I hope this little kid's fucking here.
They don't, honestly, and they don't even sit next to each other. They're best friends right now, but they're in fucking kindergarten and they just met.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
They've known each other almost their whole lives.
Ah, shit. And we do play dates and everything, all right? Like, this guy is not going anywhere. You need to calm down.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we turn the corner, we see his friend, and I'm like, oh my gosh, congratulations, yay. Because
Yeah.
usually he runs for him, right?
Thank
and then
God
we're free.
he's
and it's a
here.
little annoying. I have to park and get out of the car, but I'll take that over having to, like, surfboard carry the kid into class in front of
Yeah.
all his peers.
Yeah.
This morning, not fucking having it. Saw his friend. He hit into me, made the biggest fucking scene. I tried to calm him down, whatever. We get him into class. I peel him off of me. His teacher has to literally bear hug him. And I'm pretty sure she's doing illegal things to keep him to stay. I don't know how much they're allowed to touch kids. But I'm
Right.
like, do what you got to do, girl. Bounce in. Like, I try to run out because I used to take care of kids. I know how much worse they are when the parents are around.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I try to run away really fast. So one, she doesn't feel fucking bad manhandling my kid. Because, like,
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge you. Do what you got to do. pinch to the back of the arm works sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, let me throw in some tips and tricks.
You're like, here's a sensitive spot.
Right. Anyway, run away, get back home. I'm starting in on my work and I get a motherfucking call from the teacher. And in the background, you just hear my kids screaming.
Oh my
just
God.
screaming.
Were you home already?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Granted, she lives like a minute away.
I live like a minute away. But I had sat down and I was trying to like regulate myself because I was like, don't cry. It's okay. Because like my kid's screaming as I walk away. I feel awful.
Yeah.
I don't want to be doing this.
It's some kind of emotional distress to leave your screaming child. Like, good luck.
Yes.
Welcome
Even
to
if
the
I
world.
am frustrated and everything, I'm like, please not like this. Every morning. And this is the third week of it. Like, I'm done. I'm
that's a lot.
done.
Yeah.
I am done emotionally with everything. You guys will find out more, I'm sure, next week's goddamn. I'm just done. Anyway, so she calls screaming or crying. Or no, she's like, come get your kid, basically.
She calls upset.
She calls and the kid is upset in the background. How embarrassing is this? They got like the school psychologist over there or some shit. And she's like, we tried talking to him. We talked to him last week in this work. He went for a walk and he calmed down and then he came in and sat down and he had a fine day. But today we can't get him to do anything. Like, we've been trying everything. She's here right now. He just won't participate. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, can you come get him? I'm like, yep, I'll come get him. Can you send him to the nurse? And she's like, no, like, he won't leave the classroom. We can't get him to do anything. So I had to fucking go to the office, check in, get a fucking visitor badge, go to the classroom and pick my kid up off the floor because he wouldn't come to me. Pick him up off the floor. After talking to this behavioral specialist lady, psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever the fuck she is. She was so sweet, by the way.
Yeah.
She was so sweet. But, like, what the fuck? And I'm telling them, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I've already contacted his doctor. We have an appointment with a behavioral specialist. I've talked to my therapist about it. My therapist is like, maybe he has a gluten allergy. That's what happened with my autistic friend or whatever, like autistic family member, which is great advice. Okay, I understand that. But also I'm like, I'm not sure that this is actually ADHD or autism or anything. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a fucking specialist, so I'm going to take the kid to be seen. But, like, he's got great grades. He listens normally. This is all the last 3 fucking weeks. I think the kid just got sick, and he figured out you can go to the fucking nurse, and he's in kindergarten and learning this shit now. Mm-hmm. So he's trying everything to get out of it.
Yeah.
And you calling me to come pick up my screaming kid off the floor only enforced that he could just scream and lay on the floor, which I get. What is she going to do?
Right.
Like, I don't know what she's going to do. I don't have the answers.
20 other kids.
Exactly. I don't have the answers, guys, but I'm literally, like, done. I don't know what to do. I'm a sad mom right now. I feel like the worst mom ever.
Number one, you're not.
Yeah, but I feel pretty awful because, like, they're like, is something wrong at home? I'm like, yeah, I scream at the kid because he doesn't fucking listen. I don't know. What do you mean, is there something wrong at home? Yeah. Do you see how he's acting right now?
It seems like it's wrong here, too.
It seems like it's been wrong this whole goddamn morning. Yes, this is wrong. What do I do?
Yeah. See, but it's not you. It's not your mom style. It's not your parenting. It's not all of that. He figured it out, or maybe there is something else, and they'll figure that out.
Maybe.
That's what we can
Maybe
hope.
he's just got like a fucking hair splinter in his toenail or some shit. And he's like, I just didn't have the words to use that. Everybody's like, he's just having a hard time expressing his emotions and regulating his emotions. I'm like, motherfuckers don't even realize I'm the most regulated motherfucker in my house. Maybe not right now, but generally speaking. And the amount of times I have told this kid very calmly as he's screaming at me some crazy banshee bullshit. And I'm like, I understand that you're upset right now. And we have a lot of big feelings.
We have
to stay calm and we can't throw things and we can't hit and you can't say things like, Mom, you're dumb. That's not nice. Like, this kid is next level.
Yeah.
He's from another family. I don't know what's going on.
He's from another family.
If you're listening, I love you so much, baby. You've got to be like 18 by now if you're listening.
What if he's a changeling, you know?
He must be. There's something weird going on. Like, he blinks and his eyes turn to fucking, like, goat pupils or some shit.
Yeah,
There's something.
They sent you a little fucking demon or something instead, you know? He just looks just like
in
yours.
Disguise.
Yeah.
Of the cutest kid.
Oh my God,
he's
so
sweet.
cute.
He's my sweet baby. He just wants to snuggle and everything. And I'm like,
he's doing everything he can to get back here and snuggle with you.
He's trying to get in the womb.
He's
again.
like, Mom, stop trying to fucking separate us.
Yeah, I'm clinging on to you. And I'm like, I'm literally 5 minutes away at all times.
Right.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. I honestly don't even believe that he misses me. Like, I think he's just doing it to try to not go to school.
I mean, school sucks.
School does suck.
I get it.
Oh my God. The defiance in this one is strong. Yeah. That shit must be genetic. That shit is genetic.
It feels like one of those times where it's like, well, we could look at the parent.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
See where they got this attitude from.
I can't go to my fucking mom and be like, Mom, look at what's going on. Because she's just going to be like, yeah, man. Like, you did this same shit.
She's like, I know, I cursed you with that.
But you know what? My mom wouldn't come get me because my mom didn't drive. So it was like, you can sit in the nurse's office all day. One time the nurse drove me home.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, because she lived in our neighborhood or some shit. and I was there all the time.
Oh my God.
Anyway, what's your goddamn, Erin?
My goddamn is that my sweet little baby boy, he broke the switch a while back, and he swears it wasn't him, but
It was for sure him.
to be fair, we let a 6-year-old be in charge of the switch, right?
Yeah.
And I sent that off to our babysitter, whose boyfriend is like, I'll try to fix it. And I'm like, good luck, peace be with you. So we've been without game console for a while, and I finally broke down, and we bought a PS5. Woo! Which is fucking fantastic. However, we also had the bright idea to put up the projector and like darken out the whole house.
Make it fun.
Yeah, make like a big projector thing, and we're playing fucking Minecraft on that. Brayden's playing golf on it. So my house has been like dark. Like we covered the windows with sheets and stuff.
Yeah,
it's so fucking cold. I think I accidentally gave myself depression.
Oh no! And you're like, I don't want to take it all down. That was so much work.
I don't want to take it all down. That was so much work. But just not opening windows in the morning and like the house being so cold and everything.
Like,
I was
shut
like,
in.
oh no, I don't like this. And just this last weekend, we like kind of moved everything because we had people over. I'm like, we can't have a cave. I need to vacuum too because we had to like move the table and shit to get the projector to fit there.
We got to pull out of our grunge era.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was bad. It was rough. It was nice when we were in there, but holy shit. I was like, I don't think I could do that again.
Yeah. That's one thing I remember because when I was on my leave of absence, I got like a little routine around the house going because before you just leave the house. Who cares if the blinds are open or not?
Right.
But then you get a routine where you're like, no, we got to air this bitch out. Like, what's the stale farts we've been smelling all night? Like, get this out of here, whatever. And the light and everything. And it gets such a vibe.
It does.
And you skip one day of doing that. Like, I would take the kids, if I didn't feel good or something, take the kids to school and come home and everything's all shut up. And I would just crawl back in bed for the rest of the day and just sleep.
Exactly.
And then be like, wow, I must have needed that. And then open the blinds and be like, I should have probably opened those like 3 hours sooner.
Right. Oh, my circadian rhythm or whatever the fuck is like regulated again because the sun is out, in fact. Oops.
Exactly.
Who knew?
Who knew that you actually need those signals for your biology?
Yeah. Oh my God. But we have one window, you know, the one in my living room, it has those straight blinds, but the top of it has like a semicircle or whatever. Where it has no blinds, so it's just always sunny.
Right.
So we
and it's up really fucking high.
It's up really fucking high, and it's round. Like, what do you can't put blinds or anything on that.
Yeah.
So we tacked a sheet up, right? Because we're
Obviously.
fucking ghetto.
Yeah.
And
just put foil in there.
okay, so I ordered this window cling stuff, and it's like black, and it has rainbows, so then it'll be like at least kind of semi-pretty or whatever. But it's supposed to come today, and now I'm like, I don't know if I should put it up.
Why?
Because it's going to dark out my whole house, and I'm going to be fucking depressed again.
Well, just do the semicircles so that when you want to darken the rest, you just close the normal blinds.
Well, that's the plan, is to just do that part. But even so, that thing like lets in so much light. I'm kind of nervous now to do it. But it's just cling. Like, it'll come right down if I hate
one.
it,
Do you have more than one?
No, it's just the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So when I get home, or tomorrow, I don't know, is when I'll be putting it up. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, maybe try it.
Yeah.
And then you can decide.
At least it's still a rainbow, right? So
yeah.
It'll be a little dose of happiness.
I bet it's going to be cute as shit.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It might just look super fucking ghetto. But we'll find out, you know?
And plus, I'll be around more often.
You will.
To lift your
Spirits.
depression.
You need to.
But that's next week's goddamn. A little teaser.
In case anyone's excited. Okay, you want to talk about murder?
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Let's talk murder.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
And then let's talk about murder.
Hey.
Oh.
So, per usual.
No before times.
As is our fashion.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero before times.
Okay.
Okay, but we're going to cut to 2012.
All right. Good year, I guess.
I guess. It was
It's
all right.
actually pretty far away now.
Now.
Isn't that crazy?
Doesn't feel like it, right?
No.
It seems like, yeah, that's weird.
I forget. I was reading something and it was like 2000 or like 9/11 is as far away as like 1970s was for us when we were growing up when 9/11 happened. And I'm like, nope. That doesn't make sense.
No, I don't
That
get
doesn't
it.
compute. That's not how it works at all.
That was the past.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like forever ago.
This is now.
Yeah.
9/11 was yesterday.
Yeah, like
Jesus.
it's still something to be concerned about.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So we're going to talk about Lizzi Marriott.
All right.
She lived in Westboro, Massachusetts with
Okay.
her mom and dad. And she was described as caring, trusting, bubbly, goofy, silly, hardworking, and determined.
Love all of those.
Mm-hmm.
What a great gal.
She had a love for marine biology and was always rescuing animals or helping frogs or turtles cross the street, right? She's like one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
Very cute.
Lizzie was bisexual, and at the time she had a girlfriend named Brittany Atwood. I believe that she and her girlfriend met online, but they at least had like an online relationship, right?
Okay.
They had been dating for around 6 or 7 months, and the two were constantly in contact with one another.
Sounds like it's going well.
It was.
It's a long relationship.
It is a long relationship, especially just through text and stuff, right? Like, it's a lot. So at this point, Lizzie is 19 years old, and she got accepted to the University of New Hampshire to study marine biology.
Ooh.
Look at her going places.
Yeah, doing her things.
Mm-hmm. So she packed up and she moved in with her great uncle and aunt who lived close to the university so that she could live there and,
Cool.
easily commute and save money on housing.
Right.
She also got a job at Target where she was able to make friends, and she met a girl named Kat.
Okay. What's up, Kat?
What's up, Kat? So Lizzie and Kat got along really well, and Lizzie was excited to have someone to hang out with since she didn't have a whole lot of new friends in New Hampshire, right? Cut to Kat, Catherine McDonough, and she was also 19 years old. She was a theater kid. She was, I know. I knew you'd like her. She was also bisexual, and she had a boyfriend named Seth Mazzaglia.
Okay. So Kat's got a boyfriend.
Kat's got a boyfriend.
Is she bi?
She is bi.
Oh,
but she does have a boyfriend.
Okay.
And then Lizzie is also bi, and she has a girlfriend.
Right.
Okay.
I'm sure Lizzie's girlfriend don't like Kat.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they were a very trusting relationship.
Girls
I don't
are
even
the
like
worst.
it. I don't like it when
worst.
you get another
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm not even eating your taco, you know?
No, exactly.
Could
She's
you
not that
imagine?
fucking cool.
What if I was good at it, too? Ugh.
The worst.
Stab me right in the heart.
Yeah, I could never keep you.
Oh, no, they're all going to know.
Okay, so now Seth was 29 years old.
Holy shit. Okay. We got 10-year seniors going here.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. They're both 19. He's 29. I see a lot of red flags.
Sure.
At that age, I remember not thinking that those were red flags at all, though.
No.
So
Yeah.
now looking back,
I'm an
like,
adult.
yeah, I'm an adult. It's fine. He's just so mature for his age. Is he?
No.
So
Otherwise, he wouldn't be dating your ass.
no, exactly. Okay, so that's my own red flag there.
Right,
but
right.
he was also a theater nerd, so Kat was immediately smitten by him, right?
Okay, got it.
She's like, this guy has been in fucking plays.
This man,
He's an actor.
he was Ebenezer in Scrooge.
Yeah, that's
The
big
starring role. Yeah. You
He's
know
got-
Bambi?
He was the mom. Oh, or the hunter. I don't know.
The hunter. There you go.
Whoever the star was.
I was going with Bambi, but
He can't play Bambi.
debatable.
So Seth was into the BDSM lifestyle,
Okay.
and he considered himself a dom, and he wanted Kat to play the sub role in their relationship, right?
Gotcha.
And Kat didn't have much experience with any of it,
Because
right?
she's 19.
Because she was 19, but she was game to try it,
Sure.
and she liked it. So perfect. They
Right.
had this little perfect dom sub relationship going
And he
on.
was like, I get to train her from scratch. I'm starting to understand.
Yeah, he got to do his pedophile thing or whatever you want to call it. You know, where you like grooming.
Groom.
Is that what it is?
Is that what it is?
He got to do that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but she's an adult, so it's fine.
Okay.
So sorry if anyone is in relationships with big age gaps.
Age Gap Love, the best documentary you'll ever watch.
It only creeps me out when they're young, you know?
I know when they're old.
Like, you can be 40 and 60.
No, go watch Age Gap Love.
I've seen it.
It doesn't make it feel any better.
Okay, it also creeps me out when they're really old, but that's for different reasons.
Yeah. It's a big age gap.
It
I don't know
feels-
about 10. I don't know how 10 translates over the years, but
Yeah.
from 19 to 29, I'm
That's
uncomfortable.
That's a big gap to me. My life.
Right.
My whatever opinion.
Like if my 19-year-old were dating a 29-year-old, I'd have an issue.
Yeah.
100%.
I would too.
And if my 29-year-old were dating a 19-year-old, I'd slap him.
I'd be like, you have issues.
You can fall in love with a giant age gap when you're older,
Yes.
when I'm less creeped out by it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the fact that like they were 2 and you were 12 weirds me out.
Don't like it.
You're finding your dick and they're crawling around in a crib. Don't
Ugh.
like it.
Don't like it. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how long Seth and Kat were dating for, but at some point, Seth started becoming more controlling of Kat.
Sure. He's a dom.
He's a
It's the whole
dom.
point of the relationship that he would like.
Well, he kind of expected her to be submissive in everything,
Yeah.
not just
Sure.
the bedroom, right?
Uh-huh.
And don't know if she was into that or not into that or whatever, but she was going along with it, right?
Yeah.
And then around September of 2012, Kat went to a theater camp for 12 days. And Seth didn't like that.
Right.
He was angry that she was gone that long, right?
He sounds like a gem, you know?
Just a real piece of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And allegedly, he demanded that she make it up to him when she gets back.
Ew.
Or when she got back, right?
Ew, I hate him.
I do too.
Okay.
And his bright idea of a way to make it up to him was if she found another chick to join in their dynamic. That he
Oh,
could bang.
no. I knew it was going this way.
Right.
Okay.
So, Kat suggested her new friend Lizzie,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So the couple come up with a scheme to get Lizzie to come to their apartment and hang out, like watch a movie or something, right?
Oh, no. They're setting a trap.
Well, then Kat would suggest they play strip poker to, like, you know, set the mood, get things kind of sexy
no
or whatever.
19-year-old girls want to play strip poker.
You know, I
First of all,
still don't know how to play poker.
I was going to say, first of all, teach me the game. Let's play like strip payday.
Right?
Strip Uno.
Strip life.
strip life.
Oh, no, 2 kids. Take off all your clothes.
I'll do that shit all day, every day. But don't try to get me naked and I have to learn a new game.
Right. That's stressful.
Let's play
That's
blackjack.
stressful.
I can count to 21.
Yeah.
Don't make me do poker. I don't fucking know what I got in my hands. That's probably the point of it, though. You know.
That's the thing, is the
Yeah.
amount of times that I was offered or asked to play
Yeah.
strip poker as a naive person who didn't know how to play.
19-year-old girl. Yeah, I
Yes.
know exactly.
Yes, yeah.
We're just
No.
playing Texas Hold'em.
Like you said,
you're
can we
holding
play, like,
something.
strip dodgeball? Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
Sure.
dumb.
You can watch my titties as I run from the ball.
Flap, 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 flap.
What's that sound?
Oh.
Erin's running.
They take the stairs too fast in the morning. Pop, pop, pop. Damn it.
I'm so jealous.
Don't be. It's awful.
I just get the thunderclap of my thighs when I sit down too fast.
See, I want that. Those sound fun.
I'm like, that's just my thighs.
My bad. Okay, so she was going to suggest strip poker, and that was going to make it all sexy, right?
Right.
Leaning. And they're like, that's going to work. That's all we need to do. It doesn't need to be fleshed out further than that. Obviously, this is going to work. Don't see a single flaw.
Apology accepted.
Yeah. So on October 9th, 2012, Kat invited Lizzie over to their apartment to hang out and watch a movie. And around 2 p.m., she texts Lizzie to say that she and Seth would be free until a little after 10 p.m., so she should come over, like, when you're ready, right?
Right.
And Lizzie texts back, okie dokie, can't wait.
10 p.m., go to bed.
Fuck, right. Well, they'll be busy until, or they'll be free until 10, so you gotta leave by 10.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Gotcha.
That's a good night. That's an early night.
That's a decent night,
I'm fine
yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Leave by 9.
Leave.
Just leave. Please don't come over. You know,
Unless let's
it's
just
you.
cancel.
Oh, I love canceling plans.
It's my favorite.
It's like crack to me. Okay, so around 7:30 p.m., Kat texts Lizzie again saying that she was hopping in the shower, be out in 20 minutes just in case you're on your way. Or
Yeah.
just in case you're out early, right?
Okay.
And then at 8:21 p.m., Lizzie replied, okie dokie, just got out of class. So she went to class that day and then she was going to go over, right?
Okay.
Another friend named Nate, he had been texting Lizzie that day, and then he texts Lizzie later that night around 11:30 p.m., asking her to grab lunch the following day.
Okay.
Nate knew Lizzie and Kat both from working at Target with them.
Okay, so a coworker.
Yeah, just where
Friend
he fits and
group.
all that. Mm-hmm. And Lizzie's girlfriend, Brittany, had also been texting Lizzie all throughout the day. They were in pretty much constant contact, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Lizzie didn't respond to either of their texts that night.
Uh-oh. She busy.
Guess so. A
Uh-huh.
little too busy. So Lizzie had left a note at her aunt and uncle's house saying that she was going to go watch a movie with some friends after class, so she'd be out late.
Okay.
But she didn't come home that night.
Uh-oh.
And her aunt and uncle figured that it got late and maybe she didn't want to drive or something, so she stayed
Right.
over.
That's tough because she's 19, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you are an adult. You can do
You're
things.
just sleeping here, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But when they couldn't get a hold of her by the next morning, they started to get worried, right?
Sure. Oh, no.
So police were called when no one could get a hold of Lizzie the following day. And multiple friends, and I believe the aunt and uncle, knew that she was going to be hanging out at Kat and Seth's apartment.
Okay, so we had a lead.
Yep. So the police brought them both in for questioning. They were questioned separately, and Kat said that they were supposed to meet up for a movie,
Mm-hmm.
but that Lizzie never showed up.
Interesting.
And they pressed her for more information, but she stopped talking after about 2 hours. Like, I told you everything I know.
Okay.
Sucks to suck, right?
Okay.
So phones would eventually be confiscated, and police noticed that there were no calls or texts to Lizzie being like, hey, where are you? Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But there were calls later in the night to a woman named Roberta Gherkin.
Roberta
Gherkin, like a pickle.
I was thinking Merkin.
Oh.
Like a pube wig.
Also fun. So, like you said, if your friend was going to come over, you'd be like, hey, what's going on? Where are
The
you?
fuck?
Haven't seen you. Are you still on your way? Yeah.
That's usually what I send you.
I'm bored.
Where are you?
You said you were on your way.
You fucking liar.
I was getting in the shower.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Where actually are you when you say you're around the corner? I'm at home.
I haven't left yet.
Okay, so police would later discover deleted texts between Kat and Lizzie, and those are the ones that I read you earlier, where she's like, "Hey, come over. I'm getting in the shower." Blah blah. Those all had been deleted.
Oh, so when they got the phone, they were just like, "How do you know she was going to come over?"
Right? Or
When
like,
did you tell her?
everyone said that she was going to come to your house. You guys had plans.
How'd you make them?
What happened?
Yeah.
Why didn't you call her? Why didn't you text her? And she's like, I didn't do that shit. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know her.
Nothing more that I love than some canceled plans.
Mhm.
You won't catch me trying to mend it.
No. Okay, cool. So never again? Thank you.
Bye.
So police are pretty skeptical of her story, right?
Mhm.
Obviously. Nate had also been brought in for questioning since he had been texting her throughout the day, and then he made lunch plans with her
Yeah.
the next day.
Yeah.
But he didn't have any information for the police.
He's like, I don't fucking know. She didn't answer me on lunch.
Yeah, he's like, I wanted to hang out. Yeah, we were gonna supposed to be, but she never confirmed it either. Right? So he didn't have any information, but he was texting Kat like, hey, did you hear that Lizzie is missing? Like, what happened? Right? And Kat told him that Lizzie never showed up at her house. And Nate was like, okay, well, did you tell the police that?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, of course I did. And so then the next day, Seth was arrested.
Ooh.
Bum, 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 bum.
What'd Seth do? How'd he get arrested?
Well, Nate texts Kat again because he saw that Seth was arrested, and he's like, that's not fucking good.
The
right?
fuck?
Something
Yeah.
obviously happened here.
Yeah.
And so he texts Kat again since the news didn't mention her at all.
Okay.
And he said, Kat, please tell me you were ignorant of all this. And if you weren't, at least tell me why. And she never responded.
Oh, God.
So,
Of all this, he doesn't even know what this is yet. Just that she's missing?
just that she's missing. But he's like, A, if Seth is being arrested, some fucking fuckery was afoot.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
like that's not
Wasn't
good.
No.
Whatever your boyfriend did in this circumstance, I hope you weren't involved in it.
Yeah.
So, Seth had been questioned for 11 hours.
Oh, my God.
And while he tried to say the same thing as Kat, like, oh, she never showed up,
Yeah.
he cracked and he eventually told the police that Lizzie had, in fact, come over and that she had died that night during their kinky sex stuff.
Oh, no.
And he panicked. He said that they played strip poker and then things got all hot and heavy, just like he had planned for, right?
Yeah, so he
And-
could be thanked
Mm-hmm.
or whatever.
Yeah, so he could get his apology or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And when they were doing some light breath play, where
no.
you cut off a person's air so they can't breathe, right?
Sure. That's so fun, isn't it?
If you're into that,
Oh, my God.
quote, something went wrong.
Yeah.
And
You fucking killed her.
she started shaking and then she died.
Oh, God.
And police didn't exactly believe this answer because apparently it's uncommon to seize when you're being choked.
Okay. Like if you lack oxygen or
Yeah.
something?
Like that's
Okay.
not really how you would die, I guess. Or
Okay.
whatever. It didn't add up fully
Yeah.
to what he was saying. But obviously they still arrested him because they're like, well, clearly
Yeah,
something
he just
happened.
admitted to it.
Yeah.
What'd he do with her?
So police searched their apartment and they brought Kat back in for questioning. Because
Yes.
now it's obviously she was lying, right?
Right.
So they told her that Seth had admitted to killing Lizzie.
Bum,
And
bum.
she was like, okay, well, listen, hold on.
Gonna sing like a bird?
Sing like a bird, but kind of, not really. She said, so Lizzie did come over, but that's not what happened. It wasn't Seth's fault. She said that what had happened was they were doing super consensual sexy stuff. And then Lizzie was bound up with her arms tied,
Uh-huh.
and Kat sat on her face
Oh my God.
and suffocated her.
Like, to eat her out?
I guess. But, like, it was an accident.
This is every man's dream.
I'm pretty sure
Every
it's
man is like,
how
she
they
did
all
not get
want to
murdered.
die.
That was a blessing. I hate
No,
to make
that
it a
was
joke.
a willing sacrifice.
Yeah. I hate to make it a joke.
No,
Oh,
it's not. It's, yeah, you're right. It is a joke for men, but not this situation. Which also, the police were like, yeah, that's not what happened.
Yeah, let's find a body and let's get some truths. Because I
Right.
don't believe any of them right now.
Well, that's another thing. Even if you were, like, bound up or something, if you're being suffocated, you're going to thrash around.
Right.
You're going to
show some signs.
show some signs.
Like a nice little tap out, you know? And also, if you're into bondage and shit, you have code
bite your
words.
labia off.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, there's preventable actions if what you're saying is true.
Right.
And
if
at
this
this
wasn't
point, you're
nefarious.
just giving that community a bad name.
Right.
Not really, not to like me and hopefully not to other people, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're just an asshole. You are a murderer.
Yeah.
And you can't blame this
If
on
you
BDSM.
follow standard, like, you know, etiquette
yeah.
for the community,
Right.
you'd be okay.
Yeah, you're not actually supposed to die while you're doing it.
Instead, you took these two young, impressionable 19-year-old women and you tried to take advantage of them.
Tried
and
to.
In doing so, you harmed one.
Yeah.
Probably the other as well.
Both. Yeah. At least some lasting
But you got her
effects.
wrapped around your finger, and she is now trying to vouch for you.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was consensual, though. You know, like 19-year-old,
So,
couple of drinks, playing strip poker,
you know what I mean?
and then they tie you up and kill you.
Well,
Okay.
so they asked Seth what happened to Lizzie's body, and he said that they had packed her body into a suitcase.
No.
And then went to Pierce Island in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
See, all this is extra.
Yeah. Like, if there was an accident in the bedroom,
Yeah.
you wouldn't
No.
dispose of the body.
Not if
You'd
you're
be
like a decent
"Oopsies."
human. Yeah.
No, exactly.
You know you're not going to get away with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all too much.
Mm-hmm.
So they had taken her to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, up to a cliff, and dumped Lizzie's body in the suitcase into the Piscataqua River.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
Probably saying that wrong.
It sounded great.
But this river is known to have super strong currents, right?
Okay.
They never found Lizzie's body.
Sure, she's gone. If she's even there, I don't know.
If she's there, which
Yeah.
I guess they have enough circumstantial evidence to believe that story of it, but
Could
they
you
haven't
fucking
found her body.
imagine if you packed up me into a suitcase and you let Brandon yeet me over the edge? First of all, any suitcase, I'm weird. And I'd be like, the memories, you know, like we went to Nashville in that suitcase. You can't just use that.
You
It's fucking
can't
weird.
just send that. Doesn't your suitcase have like your wedding sash thing on it?
Yeah, like it's
There's,
like
you can't just
there's
throw away
memories.
a suitcase. Hang on, let me get all my keychains off it.
I'm gonna think about that the whole time. Like every vacation, I'll be like, wish we had the big one.
I
you know, like
too bad we didn't have to fucking yeet
use
Stacey's
it.
body off a
Yeah,
cliff.
you killed my fucking best friend. All to get your rocks off, and
would-
then you take my suitcase
I would talk shit every time I had to pack for a vacation.
every time.
Sorry, you can't bring pants
Yeah,
we
there's
can't
not a
fit
fucking
them
room.
in this fucking suitcase.
Yeah. Oh my, and I'm not spending $200 on another one.
No, God, they're so expensive.
I don't need you to have another fucking coffin laying around for my ass.
Right.
Anyway, okay.
So, like I said, police launched a search for her body in the river and everything, but they never found her.
That's so sad.
Meanwhile, a trash bag in the apartment complex dumpster at Kat and Seth's apartment
Yes.
contained Lizzie's sweatshirt.
Okay.
There was a condom and a pair of men's underwear in the same trash bag, right?
I'm sure it had her DNA on it.
Well, we would later find out that the condom contained DNA from Seth and Kat, and the
Okay.
men's underwear contained DNA from Seth and Lizzie.
Mm.
So, I don't remember if I mentioned it, but the defense said that since the condom only had DNA from Kat and Seth, that, like, see, he never had sex with Lizzie.
Like he only penetrated her.
he only penetrated Kat. Like, all of this is, whatever. It's,
I don't care who the fuck you had sex with. I care who you killed.
well, but then the defense was like, yeah, but her DNA is in his underwear, so that just means that he didn't use a condom on her. So
like he just had his junk
raped-
freshly touch her.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
raped her without a condom.
Yeah.
So,
So poor argument.
yeah, bad argument. It did not.
It was
did
bad
not
to
pan
begin
out.
with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, I don't care if he used a condom. I don't care if you had sex with her.
Yeah. I mean, I do at
do.
the end of the day,
Yeah.
but like we have bigger fish to fry right now.
That's not the problem,
That's where you're going with this. This isn't going to end well for you.
right?
That's your defense.
So police eventually came to the conclusion that Seth was the one in charge of this whole operation.
Sure.
Right? And they offered Kat immunity to tell them what really happened.
Okay.
And Kat eventually testified that Seth had forced her to find another partner for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that night when Lizzie came over, that's what it was. But it didn't go as planned, right? Their little strip poker thing.
Sure.
Allegedly, what had really happened was that Kat said that after Lizzie got there, they were watching a movie and they did start playing strip poker. But when Seth started chiming in with stuff like, oh, you guys should make out or whatever, right? Like every fucking dude tries to do.
Right.
That Lizzie was like, yeah, no thanks. I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm cool. She's
just here
in
to have
love with her girlfriend. She
Yeah.
did not want anything to do with it. And just kept being like, no, thanks. No,
She
thank
probably
you.
doesn't want his fucking dick either. Like, get away from me. You're the reason I'm bi.
Right. She's like,
Sorry, I
"You're the
hate this
reason
man."
I opened up to girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Seth tried a few more times to get her into it with them, even suggesting that she just watch him and Kat bone.
Mm-hmm.
But Lizzie was like, hey, man, can you fucking fuck off? Like,
I don't want to do it.
I don't want this.
I'm not here for your sexual pleasure.
Right.
I'm
I'm
here to
going to
hang out.
leave. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just here to watch a movie, hang out, and go home with my friend.
Right.
I'm not here for this.
I'm not even here for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And so apparently this enraged Seth, though.
Sure. He sounds very well regulated.
Real stable.
Yeah.
Well, according to Kat, he wasn't used to being told no, especially from a female
Yeah.
who he's trying to get sexy stuff from.
Yeah.
'Cause
Because
she
she
was-
was dominating.
Yeah, and she was playing this whole slave sub part to him really
Yeah.
well to where
Yeah.
he was
really
used to
believed
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Seth went and grabbed some rope that the couple used for bondage and stuff. And he went up behind Lizzie. He wrapped the rope around her neck and
Oh my
he
God.
strangled her.
And was Kat like, no, hey, let's stop?
Kat was allegedly freaking out.
Yeah.
And when she came back into the room, like, I guess she was like kind of like, running around, whatever. And she came back into the room and she witnessed Seth raping Lizzie's unconscious,
Oh!
at least,
No.
more than likely dead body.
Oh my God.
And he was calling her names while he was doing it, like degrading
Yeah.
her dead body.
Oh my God.
When he was finished, Seth and Kat
You think she was like, red flag?
fucking right? She's probably like, you know what? I actually think I hear my mom calling.
I think I gotta go home.
I'm the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was freaking out. So
Run out that front door screaming as loud as you fucking can.
that this motherfucker in here is raping a
Raping-
dead person.
Yeah,
Or at
yeah.
least an unconscious person.
Right. Maybe you can get her some help.
Right? So
Your new mission has become to keep
To
your friend
get-
alive.
to get yourself out
Yeah,
too. Like,
yeah.
you got to go. This is beyond.
Yeah, this isn't safe.
Yeah. So I guess when he was finished raping her dead body, Seth had Kat call his spiritual advisor,
No, he's got a spiritual advice.
aka
Stop it.
his tarot card reader.
Stop it! You stop it right now.
I will not.
Shut the fuck up. You just murdered someone and you're like, what's in the cards?
He's like, you know what?
How is this going to turn
This
out?
feels like a tower situation. Let's see where this is going to go. So he called Roberta Gherkin.
Yeah, this might be a tower situation. Indeed. Yeah. Okay. Enter the Merkin Birkin.
Enter Roberta Gherkin.
Oh, Gherkin.
Gherkin Merkin. So those are the phone calls from Kat's phone later in the night, right? Where
Right.
she's like, I don't know, I didn't fucking talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Roberta.
Okay. Roberta for
Roberta.
the tarot reading.
The tarot reading.
Look
yeah.
into your motherfucking crystal ball.
She was like, I'm going to come over. You're going to need to hermit and
Yeah.
fucking 7 of Cups. I don't know. Get out of here. So I guess Roberta and Seth were relatively close.
Uh-huh.
And she was older, like probably 20 years older than him or so, roughly.
Okay.
But she was his spiritual advisor. And when she answered the phone that night, she said that they sounded frantic and they kept saying they had an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
So Roberta's boyfriend was staying at her house that night.
Mhm.
So her and her boyfriend raced over to Seth and Kat's apartment.
With her cards.
With her cards, probably. She's
With
like,
the
I got
deck.
the good deck.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, do I bring the tarot cards or the oracle cards?
Yeah. She probably also brought sage. I don't know.
I'm gonna also get my affirmation stick.
Cute. Whatever the emergency kit comes
This
with.
feels like a nature's spirit kind of feeling, you know?
Mhm. She probably brought a fucking hawk's wing and some
Absolutely.
other shit to burn. She brought her
She's
cauldron.
like, do you align more with aquatic life or woodsy animals? That'll help me pick my deck.
And she's like, let me just write these runes on your door.
Yes.
So Roberta and her boyfriend, they race over, right? And they get to Seth and Kat's apartment. They run inside.
Oh, no.
And they see a woman's nude body, except for her underwear,
Okay.
lying on the floor next to the bed with a grocery bag over her head.
Oh, my God. They saw her dead body?
They saw
And
her
they didn't
dead
call
body.
motherfucking cops?
Girl!
What?
Girl!
What?
Girl!
No, that is not a spiritual advisor.
Roberta
That is a friend
Gherkin.
who knows how to read tarot cards.
Yeah.
That is not a spiritual advisor.
Ma'am,
No, sir.
you need to advise those spirits
Yeah.
that they should go to the cops. I don't know. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Yeah.
Right?
So she said that her first thought was to take the bag off of the
Sure.
girl's head because she's like, I mean, she could be
can't breathe.
alive. Yeah,
Yeah.
we should do something to help her.
Yeah.
But that she just knew that the girl was dead the way that she was laying and everything.
What is wrong with people?
Girl.
What is wrong? Hey, if you're listening and you ever find yourself in a situation
Where you're looking at a dead body.
can you please just do the right thing? Like, look at your gut and just do it. Don't just freeze.
So I guess she and her boyfriend, Roberta and her boyfriend, both were talking to Seth and Kat, and they thought that they had convinced them that
To
the
go to
next
the
step
police.
was to call the police or an ambulance. Like, hey, it sucks, but
You know what you can't do, though? Trust a murderer.
you
Don't know if you know this or not, but they're probably not the most trustworthy individuals, to tell you the truth.
Well, he sounds like he was either a real good manipulator or convincer or something. Because, I mean, he had
Manipulator, yeah.
Kat doing his bidding, finding him girls or whatever.
Sure.
And then this lady was his spiritual advisor, also close friend. And so then you think
Good
that you
God.
tell your close friend, like, hey, man, you got to call the cops.
Yeah.
Like, you will, right?
yeah.
I'm going to leave because I don't want to be here.
Right. And you're not going to be like, I'm going to tell them if you don't because you don't want to be the dead girl on the bed.
Right.
Like,
I'm
you can still go home and do it.
just gonna
He's not going
fucking
to know it was you.
Go, right. Go
Yeah.
home and do it.
Yeah.
Like, just as a backup. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sure,
like,
I'm sure he
just
also did.
In case.
Yeah. Maybe 2 sets of eyes on it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Maybe 2
Let
phone
me help
calls.
you out here. Let me
Right.
take a chore off your plate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will
It's been a
lighten
long
your
night.
load.
I'll go
I'll
ahead
call
and
them
them.
for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to trouble you with any more. You fucking yeeted a young woman off a cliff.
Right.
You've had a long night.
Roberta and her boyfriend both left the apartment thinking that Kat and Seth were going to call the police, right?
Okay.
And apparently, Roberta never checked back in because...
Sure. She doesn't want anything to do with it.
Right. They obviously didn't call the police, right? And she didn't realize that they hadn't called the police until she saw Lizzie was missing on the news. And then she was like, you know,
I know where she was.
I should check back in on Seth.
Yeah. I wonder how he's doing.
You know, I wonder if he ever called the cops
I wonder if
on
he-
that dead person in his apartment.
I wonder if he knows where that missing girl is.
You know what? I feel like I've seen a missing girl.
No, I feel like she was on his bed dead.
You know what? I kind of feel like it might have been my best friend.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I know where she's at.
You know what? The cards are telling me I should call the fucking cops.
You know, this does look like a tower moment. The fuck is wrong with people? I'm so irritated.
So,
Yeah, okay. So she's like, let's check in on Seth.
well, she didn't. I don't even know if she checked in on Seth. I don't know when she actually came forward to police to be like, hey,
The police probably pulled her forward. They were like, you texted.
So-
What the fuck? And she's like, I read tarot cards.
literally, yeah. So they had the phone records. They're like, who's Roberta Gherkin? And she's like, hi, tarot card readings or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, I was there that night.
Should have did my cards this morning so I know you'd be fucking calling my ass.
And they did get her to testify in court.
Okay.
She said that Seth didn't appear remorseful when she was there
Yeah.
at the apartment
Yeah.
with the dead body.
Yeah.
She said that remorseful goes a little too far. It's almost like I broke something I shouldn't have.
Yeah, like you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a fucking kid broke a toy.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
They're alive.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Somebody should have taught you that before you were 29.
Somebody should have taught you that a long time ago. Yeah.
Right.
Kat was sentenced in July of 2013. This happened in 2012.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
In July of 2013 to, what do you think she got? You're like an expert on this. You've been doing this for as long as me. You can kind of
Listen,
guess.
I would expect her to get close to or even to whatever Seth gets.
Mhm.
Because while she may not have done the murdering, she did
Facilitated
all the
it?
baiting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't have happened without her. So I'd expect a lot. Now, the way you're saying it makes me scared that she got a deal or something and got off for testifying so that she got nothing.
So she got 1.5 to 3 years in prison.
Oh my God.
She was charged with lying to the police.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. Because they gave her
Didn't she
immunity to
fucking
get
help
her story.
yeet her friend off the goddamn cliff?
Yeah.
The
Probably
fuck?
her fucking suitcase.
Yeah.
You think a 29-year-old man?
Has a suitcase?
No.
No. He's living out of duffel bags and trash bags.
Not if he doesn't know that women are alive
Yeah.
and can be killed.
Honestly, he's been yeeting them off cliffs. He doesn't have any more.
Kat was released from prison after 3 years.
That's fucking wild.
She's just out there now.
Dude, that's crazy because that wouldn't have happened without, not like, listen, she's a victim too. But
I agree, she
the
is
fuck?
a victim too. But,
worst friend award.
well, Lizzie's whole family too.
Yeah.
They had their victim impact statements and they went to her parole stuff and they're like, literally, this wouldn't have happened if it weren't
Without
for
you.
you.
Yeah.
And also, while
You
it was
facilitated
happening,
this.
you had every opportunity
That's what I'm talking
to stop
about.
it, to speak up, to go
To help
outside,
her?
to help her.
If you would have shown any of those, then I could be like, okay, well, at least she tried. But you
Yeah.
didn't try shit. You did that shit so you didn't get in trouble.
Right.
What a piece of
That's
shit.
fucking crazy. And so
and
sad.
you chose to put yourself in that position also.
Right. Like, if you're into that, I love that for you.
Sure.
But you can't unwillingly bring in a new friend. That's crazy.
Not in good faith, you know.
So
I guess she learned a lesson
yeah, I guess.
at the expense
But
of her really good friend.
at the expense of her friend.
Yeah.
And hopefully all of the shame that she feels throughout the rest of her life, you know?
Oh
or
my
whatever.
God. And what's up with this guy? Okay, what'd this guy get? What's
So
Seth get?
Seth was convicted of murder and he was sentenced to life without parole.
Oh, good.
So at least he got that.
Okay.
But I could not believe that she got out in 3
That's
years.
fucking wild. So she had a bag over her head, so he suffocated her.
So they still didn't tell the truth because
That's
none
like-
of them mentioned the bag. Only
Yeah.
Roberta said the bag. So there's like, we still don't have.
That's like next
All of the
level,
facts.
quote unquote, breath play.
Right.
That's not breath play.
Or was.
Especially if she's not even interested in it. Like, you're not going to put a plastic bag. Choke me, sure. But you're not going to put a fucking bag over my head.
Right, that's
and
scary.
rape me? No.
No. That's nightmares.
Yeah.
My thought was with the bag and maybe why it wasn't mentioned by Seth and Kat was that maybe Seth put it on her after he had killed her.
Like as a
because
way
he-
of remorse.
Well,
Like, didn't want to see her face.
maybe remorse, maybe because he was raping her dead body and he didn't want to look at a dead person's face.
You know, but to me, it just feels like the bag is functional at that point. It's less about covering the face because then you just throw a pillow or something, right? But like a bag would be like, okay, I've choked her, but if she comes to, I don't want her to come back to life. Like, I want to finish having my way with her. So I'm going to ensure that she doesn't come back to life with this bag.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it, as like a
Yeah.
functional thing because there's so many other options, right? That would be easier than putting a bag, somebody's head in a bag.
Yeah.
Like, that's murder. That's murder. That's not playing. That's not cute.
Right.
Like, that's murder.
Right.
And that is like the biggest red flag.
Well, I don't know if in BDSM that's a normal thing that they use bags.
Well, I'm sure there's agreements, right? Like with any fetish and stuff, like you have any healthy one, you're going to have clear boundaries, clear
Right.
definitions and stuff. So let's say in a perfect world, Seth and Kat had agreed that bags are okay and that she's comfortable with it. I would argue that. I would argue that that's not the case. I
Right.
can't imagine you're going to find many women who are comfortable and okay with that method. And in fact, I'm sure many women who find men who enjoy that are like, oh, fuck,
I'm kind of scared of you.
that's a little scary.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's like, you know, methods and whatever, like code words in place or ways that you can get a code word out if you're fucking really suffocating, or they're smart enough to know the signs of right before death and you're comfortable enough with them and you trust them enough with your life.
Fuck.
But
that.
that's not the fucking case for Lizzie.
Yeah.
So none of that applies. Even if you have that agreement with Kat and whatever, Seth.
Yeah.
But we clearly already know they didn't.
See, but that's what makes me think that it was like him being like, ooh, a dead person. But also
That's what
a
makes
body.
me think, honestly, that he is using the fetish as an excuse. And that, I mean, of course, I have
Well,
my
that's
own.
scary.
I have my own opinions.
Right, right.
that I've formed from this story. But
Mhm.
I feel as though perhaps Kat was taken advantage of in a way by an older man, right?
Yeah, obviously.
And saying she doesn't know that there's like rules and stuff, and that
Mhm.
it's common courtesy to have these standards in
Well,
place.
she's
or
learning it
whatever.
all from him.
Right,
And
right.
why would he be like, also, you're
Yeah,
in control.
you have rights.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to make sure you're safe. No, he's all into dominance, and not just like in a sexy way. Like
Yeah.
he wants it all the time.
Like in a dominance thing. Well,
So
and
then
then
that
the thing
makes
about BDSM, isn't it supposed to be like the dom is in control, but the sub has all the power? Like they can make it stop or whatever, right? Like that's part of the dynamic.
That's part of a healthy dynamic.
Right.
Yeah. But like, especially with BDSM, there's so many unhealthy versions of it because of lack of knowledge,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And you take a young, impressionable woman who just wants to have fun and be liked by the older guy or whatever.
And the older guy who's in theater that she looked up to.
Right,
Like-
right. And you're like, yeah, I'm attracted to him. Yeah, I want to do what he enjoys. And
Mhm.
yeah, I trust him. And then, you know, he pulls out a bag and you're like, okay. And he's saying things like, what, you don't trust me? Like, you know, I wouldn't let you die, that kind of stuff. Because isn't that so much of what it's bonded on is
Yeah.
your relationship with each other
Yeah.
and the trust you have? Like, it's so much deeper than just getting to dominate.
Right.
And I'm sure he's using that to his advantage. But this man sounds like he just wanted to dominate. Like,
Right.
I mean, again, I'm throwing in my own whatever on that, but like it seems to me like to put a bag over the head after the fact seems like a little far-fetched when he doesn't seem like a planner, you know? Like there's
I'm
other
gonna
options.
go have sex with her body and I don't want to look at it, so I'm going to grab a bag. Like he would have just been like, whatever. let's-
Throw her shirt over her face
Yeah,
or
that's-
whatever.
That's actually true too. I did not consider.
But I don't know.
There's other things,
I'm
yeah.
speculating wildly. To me, this looks like a sign that, and maybe Kat would be helpful in this if she ever shared any information. Like, did he ever make you do things you don't want to do? Did he take it far often? Were
Right.
there signs?
Right.
You know, is this the only one? I have questions.
Did he tell you the rules of this before
right?
getting
Like,
into
what
all
was
of
your
it?
agreement?
Yeah. Did he
I
give you
can't
an
believe this is his
explanation?
only female that he's murdered.
I don't know.
He seemed to have a solid plan.
I mean, I don't know. But for at least a year or whatever, he had Kat doing
His
everything
bidding.
that he wanted.
Sure.
So then there wouldn't.
Except for that extra girl.
Yeah.
And then the one time, I don't know, maybe there were other times she had to bring him in. I don't know, man.
See, they're saying that since she said no, he was like,
Got mad.
Like that's what triggered him. Yeah.
I'm sure. He's used to having his way.
Ugh,
I just
hate
fucking had to tell my kid no and send him to class anyway.
Well, he
They
told
get
you.
real mad. But you can't kill people and then rape them anyway.
Hey, man. Bags are for groceries, God damn it.
Or trash, depending on what kind of bag you use.
I mean, that's true too. Bags are for
Fuck.
not faces.
Oh my God. It's
Holy
like rule
shit.
number 1. Any bag you get, it has a warning on there.
I believe it says it.
You know what you're doing, sir. I'm fucking on to you, Seth.
It's printed right on the fucking bag.
Jesus Christ. That's a doozy. And it makes me mad.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it awful? 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just a fucking someone taking control or taking advantage of other people.
Do you think Kat is still in the BDSM world?
I
Once a
would guess,
sub, always a sub.
No, I would guess she's like heavily out of it. She's probably solidly lesbian now.
I fucking would be.
She was bisexual. She's like, that's my past.
I'd be having complexes over any kind of control.
Yeah.
Like control complexes.
Mhm. No, thank you.
Anyway, so if you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to Erin's case, you should go to our social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok. Our handle is at ISGD Podcast. You can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com, or if you would like to participate in the old ways of life and snail mail us, you could do that at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
9. And we love you guys. Bye.
Bye.